How are you?
All right. What's the last few days been like for you? Last
Very, yeah. I mean, what can you really say? Very, very emotional. I think anytime some kind of tragic event like that happens, it kind of just strikes you to the core. But then, especially add in the fact that it's a guy who, everybody grew up watching and talking about and playing with on video games and wearing his shoes and just obviously the father aspect and his daughter, with them along with the other families that were there. I think just family's so important to me, so I think that's why it was very kind of disheartening for me to hear all that stuff. So emotional days, but I think there's silver lining in a lot of things. I was right away texted all my family because with this profession, it's really easy to feel separated and distant from a lot of people who you love. So I just put all my family in a big group text and just told them, hey, with the distance, I love you guys. Appreciate you guys' unwavering support. I know, might not be able to talk as much as we'd like or see each other as much as we'd like with the distance and stuff, but I still love you all, and I don't think there should be a day that goes by where you don't tell the people you care about that you love them and how you feel about them. So I think it was a good reminder that life's too short and you just need to love with urgency, live with urgency, and kind of approach it that way.
Landry, was there a moment or something you took from Kobe's game or a memory you had of him that impacted your play now?
Just watching him. I think I still remember being in my dorm room with my roommates in college when he was his last game of his career. And we were all just losing it. It was crazy. He just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. And I think he took the first 10 shots of the game or something. I don't know. It was just fun to watch. It's like a movie ending. So I think, and just growing up watching them on Christmas. The Lakers are always playing on Christmas. Him and LeBron's matchups, him and Dwayne Wade's matchups. I don't know. I just remember watching him growing up and just loving how easy he made it look.
Did you ever meet him?
I never met him. Never got a chance. I went to the ESPYs. He gave Bill Walton presented Bill Walton with his Arthur Ashe Courage Award this year. So hearing him speak and getting to be, I guess, close to him in that same atmosphere. Never somebody I met though.
You guys, the conversations here, I know obviously Bryant's got some pretty good stories.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, is that cool for you to first hand?
Yeah, for sure. And I remember Lou telling stories even, obviously, before all of this, just talking about what it was like playing with Kobe Bryant. It's crazy. But yeah, obviously a lot more stories pouring out, experiences, talking with a bunch of people who I never thought I'd talk to about Kobe Bryant. Just hearing their perspectives and stuff. It's crazy. His scope and his reach was just so wide, so broad. So I miss him.
What do you think about the league's decision to postpone the game with the Lakers?
I get it. I think that would have been. I don't think it's the right time for a Lakers-Clippers game in Staples Center with that being the first game back after all of it. And I think probably wanting to do his tribute right too. That was part of my assumption and why it was postponed on their part, the Lakers, why they would probably want to postpone it. They probably want to give him the right send-off, do it the right way. So I get it. I think I was more surprised with that game was canceled as opposed to all the games the day of. That was my first thought. I'm like, man, there's no way all these teams are going to be able to play today. But I think it was the right decision to postpone.
What was that like for you playing on Sunday?
Very eerie, man. Very eerie. Seeing a lot of athletes are seen as these big tough guys, and seeing kind of broken down big tough guys. People who were put on a pedestal for being strong and mentally tough, and it broke a lot of people, hurt a lot of people, and I think quietest arena I've ever been in at the beginning after the 2 violations when we actually started playing. You could probably hear us talking on the floor from the top row of the arena, so very eerie at first, but I think Kawhi said something really cool. He was like, man, if I know one thing about Kobe, it would be that he'd want us to go out here and bust our ass, be competitive, be a pro. So that kind of helped put things into perspective, get you to kind of loosen up a little bit, just go play and be a pro, and just play through that kind of stuff.
Have you always worn Kobe shoes, or this just?
I did all year last year.
Okay.
I wore them in high school, worn a couple pairs in college. I've always had Kobe kind of in my repertoire, so yeah.
What do you admire about his game?
I mean, the most obvious thing is just his competitive drive, never backing down. I remember when he dislocated his finger, broke his finger or whatever, and he didn't come out of the game. You saw his trainer put his hand on the back of his neck and had his other hand on his finger, and you saw Kobe's knees buckle, and then he just walked back out on the floor and just kept playing. So walked off the floor with the torn Achilles, played through it. It's crazy, So I think just kind of him harnessing the power of his mind a lot more than maybe the average human being. I think him understanding what the mind's capable of and knowing how to use it to his benefit.
You guys ready to get back out there tonight?
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. It's gonna be good.
Do you feel like it's just a good thing to sort of get out there and play the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we're basketball players. It's what we want to do. And going back to what Kawhi said, I mean, business as usual does go on, regardless of kind of what's going on. Obviously, it's not like we're just going to forget about everything or just forget about what's happened or suddenly not be sad anymore. But, it's what we love. And for a lot of years and still, even, this has kind of been an oasis, a way to get away from real life and things going on. I remember if I had anything going on in my personal life, the first thing I wanted to do was go to the gym late at night or something. So basketball is a way for us to kind of deal with some things. So I think it'll be good. Yep.